Hey guys, Thunder here, and as you could probably figure out, the Insomniac Elite Series Season 3 is starting soon, because I uploaded the promo yesterday. But anyway, before we start the season, we're gonna be kicking off the Season 3 Insomniac Elite Series preseason show, and with me I have Chris Louvier and Tristan Wilhoit.
Doge.
What's up?
Sound so tired. Anyway,
Alaska, what do you expect?
but anyway, yep. 42 shining drivers can be running for 25 races, looking to win the championship. Although so far in the first two seasons, only one man has been champion, and that is, of course, Cosmic Nova. He won the championship in Season 1 and then defended his title in Season 2. But now for Season 3, can he do something incredible and win a third title in a row? I don't know, but we got 41 hungry drivers looking to knock him off that throne and take the championship for themselves. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and take a look at our roster of the 42 who will be racing this season.
Who's the first team?
The first team is one you can probably recognize fairly well, Team Thunder, the Factory Ford team. They have split from the Wrecking Balls after running as the Wrecking Thunder last season. The Team Thunder part of the operation was not very successful, unfortunately, only scoring one win. They've been looking a lot better in testing, though, this season as their own independent operation again. However, one of the most interesting changes this season is that William Duncan is no longer in the famous 6 car. Taking his place is his younger brother, Matt Duncan, a highly touted rookie looking to make his name in the IS.
Kind of gives me to ask why William Duncan retired that 6 car for his brother.
And he also has some, and he has some talent in the Sun Gym series, by the way. But after Buffalo Downs, he's 4th in points.
Yeah.
So
I think it's because William knows that he isn't going to be a racing forever, and he kind of wants Matt to continue the legacy of the 6 car, because it is a very well known number. In the 17, though, we have the very popular Brandon Wood returning to full time competition here. Wood taking over the car number 17, the last time Team Thunder ran that number was in Season 1 of Reese Black, who had a fairly successful campaign. Brandon Wood struggled in Season 1, didn't race full-time in Season 2. However, what probably saved his career was that he was called up to a replacement driver role when Maxwell Chan was injured, and he proceeded to have one of the greatest strings of races in IS history. He had the best average finish out of any driver that season, and that prompted Team Thunder to put him back in a full-time car. And we'll have to see if he can maybe keep up that pace he was having in his few starts in Season 2.
kind of curious to see if Brandon would.
Yeah, especially that running joke Brandon Wood made when he cut off, I think, Connor Breton at Belton's arena.
Yep, that's kind of what made him popular. And yeah, Brandon Wood, a fan favorite driver, looking to finally have some success. He has never won a race, but he's come close several times. Maybe this season will finally be the one that Brandon Wood wins.
Miracle, maybe?
Now I mentioned a little bit earlier that William Duncan has left the 6 car. What number is he running now? Why, he's running number 97. That is a brand new car there. The new 97 team.
I just like how the 97 have a team, like, the 97 got, like, Team Sonic got the 97 back for the first time since Matt Duncan is, like, the irony just back.
Yep, 97, one of his favorite drivers. William Duncan, one of the most experienced and versatile drivers in the field, didn't have the best of seasons last season. he only won one race, and it was the finale. He was very quiet during the season, really. Didn't really do a whole lot of note aside from that win at Fontana, but he is looking to get himself back in the title hunt.
Hopefully, maybe, if he, especially on road courses are his biggest strengths.
Indeed.
Because he had won all 4 races in 7 gyms on road courses. Win the goddamn oval! I'm sorry. Win on the oval!
Except he has in the IS. He wanted a twin ring Motegi.
That's sad.
That too.
Now, last season, the 99 team was a hellhole, to say the least. That team was doing absolutely horribly. However, they did find a slight amount of consistency when they hired the Polish driver David Valzak off of Tauja Racing Unit. Valzak picked up some pretty solid finishes, and they decided to bring him back for a full-time campaign this season. The Polish driver's not had a whole lot of success in the IAS. Really, his only claim to fame was winning the Season 1 Talladega race, which of course was marred by the Ian Dutta Charles Sanford wreck. But Valzak's looking to prove that he belongs in this series. This is his best chance to do so, as he's got some pretty good equipment.
The third season for the 99 could be a good season, maybe, because so far the 99 is doing strong right now for 7 Gym. But Junior, I don't know at the moment since, but yes, this could be it, maybe. The 99 going to victory lane for the first time. For that team, at least. Maybe.
Valzak has had a lot of success on the road courses. That's his specialty. That's really just Team Thunder's specialty as a whole. So, we'll have to see. They're probably going to be a force to be reckoned with on the road courses. But now, we move down to the second team, which is one that cannot be forgotten. It is the Wrecking Balls.
Who the hell's gonna stop that team?
They have now picked up a factory deal with Dodge, so they're now running a Dodge cars, and hopefully with some of the Dodge Motorsports ingenuity, their cars won't be blowing up nearly as much.
Hopefully not.
Anyway, in the 43, he's moving to number 43 now. It is the man, the myth, the legend, Cosmic Nova, looking for a 3rd consecutive IES championship.
It surprises me as to how he's not driving the 13 this time.
Yeah, of course, there's not much about Nova that can be said that hasn't already been said. He is tied for first on the all-time wins list, and let's be honest, he'll take home first to this season, especially since the guy he's tied with, Kyle Snoski, has since retired from competition. Anyway, and the second car is going to be the 51, driven by fan favorite Maxwell Chan. I'll tell you right now, had he not had to sit out a couple races last season, he would have been your champion. He was probably the class act of the field. He was the best out of any driver last season.
And he actually almost got a perfect 70 at Talladega. Just like, that's not even normal. For a track like that. That's not normal. He must got the pole there too. It's like, oh my gosh, if Maxwell gets a perfect run at Talladega, it'd be like, oh my gosh, he's freaking amazing.
And can't exactly blame the California native.
Yeah, we got a lot of Californians on the grid this season. That's for sure. Maxwell Chan, he's definitely one of the major title favorites coming into this season. Let's hope he can carry that momentum that he had at the end of Season 2. And staying in the 98, unsurprisingly, it is Mr. Doge, Chris Louvier.
Brute.
Yeah, Louvier, he hasn't had the most successful of careers so far. He's not really contended for the title before, but he does have 2 wins to his name. Louvier looking to finally get himself on the map. Despite not touting himself as a road ringer, he's had a lot of success on road courses. In fact, both his wins are on road courses. So we'll have to see what he can do this season. Perhaps he can finally get himself in the title contention.
Hopefully win on a damn oval.
Oh,
Let's
God.
hope that.
Now, moving down to S3 Motorsports. This was the team last season, the super team. They dominated last season, and they were definitely the team to beat. S3 Motorsports. I don't think they won the owners championship though. I think that was the Wrecking Thunder. So, but
Not a surprise.
Sanford looking to change that this season, and I wouldn't be shocked. That team is looking really good.
And they're freaking loaded.
Returning to the 5, it is Alex Hawkins. Hawkins had a pretty success. Hawkins had a breakout season in season 2, scoring his first career win in dramatic fashion at Watkins Glen, and then winning a second race over at the Tokyo World Raceway in Japan. However, we've heard Hawkins' contract is up at the end of the year, so we'll have to see what happens to him. He's gonna have to make sure he gets some good performances. And returning to the 24 is unsurprisingly Charles Sanford, one of our fan favorites here. Another Californian on the grid. Sanford's biggest claim to fame is winning the Round of Australia 2 seasons in a row.
Sanford, please.
Mr. Australia, if we please.
Sanford, please. Win at somewhere else besides Australia.
Yes.
And before he wins at Bathurst, if that were an actual race on the schedule.
He'd be... and let's hope no one won't die.
That's not likely. Moving on.
Sanford, outside of Australia, though, Sanford's career has been mediocre, to say the least. He hasn't really had the most success, but he's looking to turn that around this season. He's looking to have some good runs. We heard Sanford's actually considering pulling back from full-time. I hope that doesn't happen, but he's racing full-time this season, and I hope he doesn't pull back from full-time in the future, because he is a joy to have on the grid. Staying in car number 25, well, it's last season's runner-up, Seth Cole. Seth Cole not happy about losing the championship last season, especially after getting taken out by then teammate DJ Curtis.
That's pretty smart.
Seth Cole, his first season.
Turns out that Seth Cole is the bridesmaid of IAS, if it means anything.
Seth Cole was fairly quiet in season 1, but broke out in season 2. He's only scored 1 win, but he had some serious consistency and did challenge Cosmic Nova for the title, but just couldn't pull it out at the end. This season, though, Seth Cole is looking for redemption. Now, we got a new driver in car number 48. That car has been cursed ever since the IS started, really. That car has not had any good results. And even though it looked like it was starting to get good results with Eric and Rage, he got injured, and then when he came back, he just wasn't the same man, really. And Rage has not returned to the 48. And in his place, we have the highly touted rookie Jordan Davis stepping into that car.
That I'm kind of surprised about. I haven't heard about this character in the IAS, really.
Oh gosh, S3 now becomes the Hendrick. I'm scared about that lineup. That's all money lineup.
Jordan Davis, he's been very quick in testing, looks to be a very promising rookie here for Season 3. Perhaps the 48 car curse will be broken.
Hopefully,
Unlike the 31 in Slim Jim, am I right?
The poor number, that's how you went just like, god damn. I'm sorry, but...
Poor Finn guy.
At least he won.
Alright.
Oh, that's right. Moving on.
And speaking of Slim Jims, this next team has been having a lot of success in that series as of late, that being the Canadian team, Hamilton Autosports.
Holy crap, Hamilton Autosports is like competing like Hamilton Autosports actually got some challenge from Mark Cuban Enterprises, but of course, yet again, all the drivers are on top 10 in points. Like seriously, I have never seen that much consistency like that before.
Considering that Hamilton Autosport is from obviously Hamilton, Ontario, I think a suburban area near Toronto.
But let us see that damn lineup, though. It's actually quite interesting, though.
Yeah, Hamilton, Toyota's never gotten a whole lot of exposure in this series, but the Toyota factory team Hamilton Autosports has been very successful in Slim Jims. In IES, they've had a decent amount of success. They've scored a fair amount. They've scored their fair share of wins, but they haven't had that great season yet. But with their Slim Jims program coming together, this is looking really good for them. And well, the guy in the 11, he's hoping his car will help him this season because he had no luck at all last season. New Jersey's Tyler Faber returns to car number 11.
Yeah, Jersey!
He barely even managed the top 40 in points last season. I think he actually finished 40th in points. An absolutely disastrous campaign for Faber, but he's hoping to turn things around this season. He does have talent, he just doesn't have the luck to really show it. And he's hoping this will be the season that he gets to do so.
Who's in that damn 18 car?
In car number 18, we have Alan Cavagnaro. He's been having a lot of success with that team in Slim Jims. He ran a couple races in the IES last season, scored his first win his first career win in the team's home race in Alberta. Cavagnaro had not been running full time in the series at that point, so that was quite a moment for him. But now he will finally be running his first full time campaign. However, he will not be competing for Rookie of the Year. Cavagnaro, though, with his Slim Jim success, he is definitely looking to be a strong contender for this season.
I wouldn't be very surprised if he was.
Probably a dark horse, maybe, but who knows?
All right. Returning to car number 20 is none other than Sean Angel, a well-known driver there. Sean Angel, he was known as Mr. Bad Luck back in Season 1, although he turned it around in Season 2 with some good results. His major claim to fame was winning in the round of Savannah 2 seasons in a row, but he's going to have to start figuring out how to win at other tracks because Savannah is not returning to the schedule and probably won't return ever again, to be quite honest.
Considering how old it is, if Savannah were to return, I don't think it'd be in tip-top shape.
Yeah. The condition of the track was one of the reasons why it was removed from the schedule. So Sean Angel, he was great at that track, but he's going to have to find a new good track because, again, that track's on the schedule. Sean Angel, those are his only 2 career wins.
And that's because of Atlanta. Like, he
Oh, dear.
3
That was a
seconds...
bad Slim Jims rack.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Atlanta. Oh, speaking of Atlanta, Angel, don't die there.
Angel has never won a Slim Jim Series race, I don't think.
No, not yet.
He's looking to finally get himself some good results here. And Hamilton Autosports opened up a 4th team this season, surprisingly, with sponsorship from Red Bull.
Red Bull!
That's interesting.
I mean, there was a lot of people that were in consideration for this seat, but Hamilton Autosports' decision was found to be a rather surprising hire in the form of British rookie Ryder Smith.
I think I've heard of that name before somewhere, but I forget where.
He raced in Sim Jim at a Japan for 1 race. You know, the death race of a lifetime.
Yeah, he ran that race, and he's also attempted the Sony 400, although he didn't make the show. However, surprisingly, Smith's been very fast in testing. So, despite his lack of exposure, he's looking to possibly be a major contender for Rookie of the Year.
Good team, good sponsorship.
Of course, this season we have a fantastic rookie class. It's not as big as last season, but it's certainly better.
Better than Jason Perkle.
Moving on.
Jason Perkle. It's either Alex Perkle or Jason Perkle that are utter speds in the field, I swear.
No.
Alright, moving on. RJ Manson Racing, they return on the grid unsurprisingly, one of the best known teams. And, of course, in the free, no surprise to see Carl Sanner. Of course, that man has a lifetime contract with the team, kind of like Jeff Gordon. So, but he actually didn't have that great of a season last season. He was very quiet, to say the least.
He needs to win at a non-SS track.
Sanner is known for his super speedway prowess, and
Looks like some dogs have entered the commentary room.
if you can hear that, I am so sorry. But anyway, however, with his
Colin Sanders pretty sexy. What do you think?
I'll be back.
Chris, please.
Oh God, guys. So, Warhoy, are you hot? Let us make this.
Kill me, please.
Let's make this NC-17.
Kill me, please.
Oh gosh. Carl, is it Carl Santa or Chaz Santa?
Carl Sanner.
Carl Santa, okay. God damn it. How did I got the confused?
Carl Sanner's not that bad of a driver, to be honest.
Carol or Carl?
Carl Sanner.
Carl, yeah, it's Carl.
Like Carl Edwards.
Yeah.
Well, if you end up hearing some loud dogs, I am very sorry. But anyway, with his poor season in last season, fans have been wondering if Sanders washed up. But Carl Santer, the Minnesota native, out to prove them wrong for this season.
And hopefully put himself at a non-SS track.
Wow. Connor Atwood returns with the team, the fan favorite Aussie. He's going to, however, he is with a new number now. He's running the number 29 this season, which Sanner ran in season 1. He won 2 races of that number. Connor Atwood, there's not much that can be said about him that hasn't already been said. Well, he's an open wheel driver turned stock car driver, and he's had a lot of success with his move to stock cars. At least more than some people. Montoya.
Yeah.
And, last season was about as quiet can be for him. Atwood was completely anonymous in season 2. And the thing was, when he actually did show up to get some really good runs, it seemed like something would always go wrong. Atwood just didn't have the luck to get any really good finishes. This season, though, he's looking to maybe return the victory lane. And I would expect the Kangaroo to be pretty quick this season. Yeah, let's go with that.
Dear God, Kangaroo.
Not a bad reference at all.
Cut print genius. Kyle Collins is now driving for RJ Manson Racing. The Season 2 Rookie of the Year has moved to this team, driving car number 30.
Suck how I didn't get Rookie of the Year, considering my poor luck.
You had no luck whatsoever.
Yeah, Kyle Collins, he showed a lot of promise last season, including even getting a pole at a Grand Tour. And the young Canadian looking to get some great runs this season to follow up on winning Rookie of the Year. We'll have to see if he can do it. He is looking for his first career win still.
And I also apologize. I called Kyle Collins American by accident for one
He's
race.
Canadian, obviously.
Yeah, so I apologize for that. But since Collins is with Manson, then maybe he could score his first win. Maybe.
Well, driving car number 31, returning to that car, it is Nick Pericles. Pericles had a good season last season. He scored 2 wins. It was kind of an inconsistent season for him, though. But in the end, he did score 2 wins and finish top 20 in points, so a successful campaign for the man. RJ Manson Racing always seems to have that long-term driver, and there's rumors that Manson is looking to make Nick Pericles their next long-term driver after Carl Sanner retires. We'll have to see how that pans out.
Is it in the 31 car? If so, I pray for you.
Well, actually, the number 31's been fairly successful ever since Pericles stepped into it.
Unfortunately, 7 gyms is nope. But yet again, the 21 is taken control by Anthony, so maybe that's why.
I remember Kyle Snosky, back when we were seeing this guy in season 1. I remember Kyle Snosky saying something that Pericles could be the next big thing, and well, we'll have to see if he can certainly do so. He's definitely got the shot. We'll have to see if he can pull himself into title contention this season.
A dark horse? Oh God.
Could be a major dark horse. Yeah, the next team on the grid is Talger Racing Unit. They've downsized this season, pulling back to free cars. We've heard their funding isn't quite as good as it was in earlier seasons, but they're still doing okay, I guess. Return of the team now in car number 1. It is Chris Washer. Washer, he's an interesting guy. Really, although he's fairly anonymous. Really, his claims to fame are accumulating 11 top 10s in season 1 and winning the Walmart shootout in season 2.
Which I think he'd be back in the shootout since he won that.
You would be correct.
Okay.
Similar to Alex Hawkins, we've heard rumors that Washer's contract may be up at the end of the year, so we'll have to see what happens to him. Washer, he's well known, just hasn't had the most success. He's still looking for his first career win.
Who is in that team?
And now driving for car number 8, it is PJ Williams.
Root the champ!
PJ Williams, one of the more successful drivers out here. He won. He almost won. He almost contended for an IS title in season 1. Finished third in points. Season 2 wasn't quite as successful for him, but he still had a solid season. Although certainly his biggest claim to fame is winning the Slim Jim Series championship without winning a single race.
Because injuries.
Williams, he is looking to contend for the IAS title. He's been going at it for a while now, and he's definitely a title favorite.
We might need a championship sweep. But yet again, I don't think PJ Williams won't go to lights just to win one just for a sweep. Just stay in IES. Maybe dethrone Nova. But yeah. When show what you got, PJ Williams, in IES.
All right, and now driving car number 15, it is Phyllis Theodore. The season she was the season 1 rookie of the year. Went on the race full time in season 2 and was fairly anonymous. However, although she was pretty good. She was quiet, but she was successful. She won one of the Savannah races alongside Sean Angel and scored herself a top 15 points finish, I think. So, Theodore, she's a pretty solid driver, and she's looking to have a breakout season here in season 3.
She finished on 15 points.
I think.
Holy crap! I didn't even know about that. Just like. That's pretty much how anonymous she is for me.
Feels like it was top 15 or top 20s. Like she might have been like 16th for something. I feel like 15th or 16th, somewhere in that vicinity.
That's kind of bad for me not knowing about that.
Well, she is one of the more anonymous drivers in the field, but looking to finally break out of that.
Agreed.
Yeah, this season, Young Motorsports is not looking nearly as strong as last season. In preseason testing, they've been looking kind of mediocre, honestly. I mean, they've been showing some pace, but they just aren't showing that same kind of pace they showed last season. Now, on to the drivers. Unsurprising to see Dylan Young return to car number 2. He is one of the best-known drivers in the series, a fan favorite. And arguably he should have been a title contender in Season 2, but he just didn't have the luck in the late part of the season.
At least he actually showing some pace in Sim Gym.
He didn't have the luck. He didn't actually win a race last season. All of his wins are in Season 1.
It's just pretty sad. It's like he's up there, but just can't win. But wins, not well, he's consistent, but wins kind of make a big roll out of it since it's a 10-point gap over second place. At least that's what I know about it. Who is the next driver?
Dylan Young's known for consistency, but anyway, yeah, on to the next guy. It is Ryan Acosta, returning to car number 12. And Acosta, well, the former Sony IndyCar Series star has made a pretty good transition to stock cars. He's got 2 wins to his name, which includes a finale, the finale in season 1.
Did he win the Coca-Cola race?
It was Massachusetts Super Speedway, and yes.
Yeah, what's it called? Yeah. Okay,
yeah, you won that very scary race.
Oh god, oh gosh, I just don't like certain jokes just be like, yeah, I won, but just like, oh gosh, did I win there? Oh god, why? It's kind of similar to Balzac's Talladega win at season 1 though.
Yeah. And now taking over car number 22. Yeah, Ian Dutta. Ian Dutta's not on the grid this season. We've heard he's gone back to Brazil. He might be racing Brazilian stock cars or something. It's a shame that we won't be seeing Dutta around anymore, it seems. But taking his place, it is a very highly touted rookie, a young up-and-comer in the form of Mason Powers.
Who's too much Miami driver in the 22.
Mason Powers made some starts late in Season 2 driving for Ian Masterson Racing and quickly turned heads of some very strong performances, including a top 5 run at Decatur of all places, a track that's usually dominated by veterans.
Decatur is usually a fun place, especially for first-timers.
So yeah, Mason Powers, he's been very impressive, and he's been very impressive in the Slim Jim series as well, as he's been on a hot streak as of late, which included his first podium in that series. So Mason Powers, he's competing for Rookie of the Year, and he's looking to have a great rookie season. I wouldn't be surprised if he does.
Ah, yes.
Now, moving down to the factory BMW team on the grid, Cybertron Motorsports. They were one of the most successful teams last season, points-wise. But the weird thing about it is, despite being so quick, no wins. No, they did not win a race last season. In fact, they only got 1 pole. So it's weird that despite the pace they had, they don't really have quite the results to show for it.
Maybe they're trying to save up the best package for next season. Who knows?
Well, anyway, returning to car number 9, it's everyone's favorite Canadian panty model, Jacques Descook.
A figure painting model? I didn't know about that.
The former Canadian panty model turned stock car driver. As special as he is, he's actually pretty talented, as he won. When he just kind of popped in on short notice in season 1, he won a race at Grand Tour, and he proceeded to have a pretty successful run in season 2. And honestly, he could be a pretty successful driver this season, and he is known for aggression. Oh god, the horrible irony. Please don't think about that.
Jacques Descook.
But anyway, he's looking to have a successful campaign this season.
We got in the 19?
19, yep. It is DJ Curtis in car number 19, and to say the least, this man needs a good season. He needs to have a great season. DJ Curtis, he really struggled at S-Free last season, and to say the least, he got lucky getting hired by Cybertron Motorsports here. He needs to use this opportunity. This could possibly be his last chance to impress somebody.
And at least he got one out of option.
Like this, CBM does have some good equipment, so he's got a shot. He needs to make the most of it, though.
And I think it's pretty much the best opportunity too.
Now, in car number 91, unsurprisingly, it is the German James Silverfox.
Thick and sexy. Hashtag Silver Fox being sexy.
Silverfox, he's a fan favorite, although he doesn't really of course Silverfox doesn't really care, but let's be honest, that's why we love him. He's just he's the no fucks given type of guy. He's just cold as ice.
Co-
On the racetrack, though, he has a fair amount of talent. Although he hasn't had the most success when it comes to the championship or winning. His only career win came on a super speedway, and he hasn't had a lot of success in either season. He's been in the 20s in points both seasons, not in the top 20, top 25 or so really. Silver Fox looking to break out this season, and he's definitely got the support. He's definitely got the fan support. We'll have to see if he will pull it out.
Maybe a dark horse for a championship.
Wow, we were really throwing that term around.
What, me?
We are throwing that term around a lot, aren't we?
Maybe.
And, well, Will Hoyt Developments, we heard they were in financial trouble last season. However, they got it sorted out thanks to a certain racing company known as McLaren.
McLaren!
McLaren bought them out, kept the name though, Will Hoyt Developments, and they brought 2 cars to the fray this season for a new development program. McLaren raced in the Sony 400, but we didn't think they were going to race in the IS. But I guess they said they weren't going to race in the IS, but I guess they were just trying to keep this development under wraps.
A secret. Okay. But now they open up.
Yep. Anyway, driving car number 16, we have the one man who we would not expect to run that number, Alaskan Tristan Wilhoit.
I just noticed something. For SimJip and IES, there are, we have figured 3 different drivers for 16. It's like, guys, continuity, please. Maybe Wilhoit can actually stay in the 16 for more than 1 seasons.
Will Hoyt's a talented driver. He had a lot of bad luck last season, but his talent did shine through at certain tracks, especially Decatur, where he got the pole and finished in the top 5. That was probably his best drive of the season right there. And now with backing from McLaren, he could be set for a breakout season.
Root, and maybe we can win McLaren's first race in IES.
Are you speaking about the McLarens?
Yes.
Yes, boy. Have you not paid attention?
Sorry, I've been gone for a few minutes, dealing with other stuff, so...
I think we can hear that. I think it's picking up.
Oh my gosh.
Boy.
I'm so sorry about that. Anyway, the McLarens are actually intended to be a blast from the past, essentially. Considering they never ran after 99, after sports car racing, they McLaren decides they want to come over to IAS, and I picked them up. Considering their high horsepower, we had to downgrade them quite a lot. But I'll say that their handling is pretty good for the most part.
Maybe McLaren can actually transfer over to other series too.
I would hope so.
That team didn't do a whole lot in testing. They appeared on the track a couple times. They looked pretty good when they were on the track.
But the promo was amazing.
That front end looks kind of awkward, though, in my opinion.
Yeah.
At least they didn't do a Porsche production, which that looks god awful.
Why, hello there.
That's and that's why I get a freaking Elatol dysfunction because of that.
Right.
You have no sensor, Chris, do you?
I had no sense.
Of course you don't. But again, the person driving car number 66 also has no sensor. That being Allie Nelson, returning to the team.
96?
96.
96? 66? 66?
I meant 96.
96.
Yeah, Nelson has obviously no sensor.
And she needs
according to their anger, she obviously needs anger management courses, and I've already suggested to her once. I already got a red mark on my face this morning for that.
and she also needs some D.
Oh my God, Chris. Nelson, probably the most aggressive driver in the field. However, she knows where to put that aggression, as she's oftentimes she was pretty fast in her rookie year, winning 2 races in her rookie season. So yeah, that was pretty big, and
unfortunately her consistency was god awful.
Yeah, she had like no consistency, but she was definitely the fastest out of that team. And she is looking to follow up on that this season, and perhaps she could be a dark horse for the title. She certainly won't be quiet about it, though.
Neither will I be quiet about it.
I wouldn't consider Nelson as a dark horse.
Am I right? And once again, another Californian in the field. Am I right?
I actually didn't know that.
Holy shit.
Jesus.
California relationships between her and James Silverfox, so... Concerning Silverfox was actually born in, California.
Let them bang.
Yet another Californian. Anyway, moving on to the next team. It is none other than the Factory Dodge team, Dodge Motorsports. They did fairly well in their first season last season, with Reese Black contending for the title, finishing third in points. You were saying?
I thought Dodge didn't win the race, but I remember they did win the race. They won 2 races.
Yep, one with Reese Black, and then one of Norman Miller. Norman Miller has since retired, and Reese Black has taken his seat in car number 40. Reese Black, he's really worked his way up the ranks, really. I mean, Team Thunder, he was driving for them in Season 1, but they didn't really have him on their radar, and he was quickly out after the season was over, moved to Dodge Motorsports, had a great season. He was pretty successful at Team Thunder as well, but he had a great season of Dodge Motorsports, and he's back with them here in car number 40. Ironically, though, we have heard we've heard Reese Black has had thoughts about retiring, but it's nothing really huge yet. But if he actually does retire, that would be some horrible irony, seeing how the last guy who drove the 40 retired.
The 40 is not a good number.
Well,
unfortunately.
But Reese Black looking to follow up on his success in Season 2. Moving to car number 41, it is Zachary Fitzwater, who kind of dealt with some team dramas last season when the team he was driving for, KSI, closed its doors and he had to move to Team Umbrella. He was pretty successful over at KSI, but at Team Umbrella he really struggled. But Dodge Motorsports decided to pick him up and see what he could do.
That's a good move, I think.
I wouldn't doubt that it was a good move for Fitzwater. I mean, he obviously deserves any kind of second chances.
Yeah.
At least it's like a good team, I think.
Yeah.
At least it's not like a team with a bunch of disarrays.
Yeah. Fitzwater, he's shown a fair amount of promise. I think he has 2 second place finishes. So that's definitely one notable thing. We'll have to see. Fitzwater is searching for his first career win, and we'll have to see if he can possibly score that this season.
I wouldn't be surprised if he actually becomes a dark horse for the win.
Driving car number 42, we have a very popular name returning to full-time competition. It's Jeffrey Finguy.
If he actually wins the IES race, he would be the second driver to win the IES race, Junior race, and Simgen race. History is in the hands, pretty much. And Jeffrey Finguy, pretty much.
Who was the first?
Cavanaro.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, Finguy, he's been on a bit of a wild ride. He drove for Young Motorsports in Season 1, was fairly anonymous. he was demoted to the Lights program, well now junior program in over there, and had a great season, which included a win at Indy, and now he's been picked up by Dodge Motorsports to return to the IES.
What a steal, honestly. That's a steal.
Yep, Finn guy, he's looking to make the most of this opportunity, and he's been looking pretty decent in testing. But really, all the Dodges have been looking pretty solid in testing. And, well, now, moving on to, hold on, Will Hoyt, any thoughts?
I think he's dead.
Guess not. Alright, fourth car on the team is number 71, driven by James Shelley, and Shelley's had a lot of bad luck in his career. He's pretty much a chronic bridesmaid of the IES, and, he drove for CBM last season, had a great campaign, finished 11th in points, but still couldn't pull out that win. He's now with Dodge Motorsports, and again, his big goal is to score a win. He's never done it. He's probably the most notable among the irregulars not to have won a race. And he's looking to turn it around and score a long overdue first career win. He's always been the bridesmaid, never the bride, but he's looking to change it.
At least he actually scored a win in Sim Gym, at least, right?
Right.
Hopefully. But unfortunately, no luck, though.
Alright, and now the next team we're looking at the grid is everyone's favorite backmarker bunch, the Baby Tribe 5000. They somehow won the opener last season with Kyle Miller. However, the very controversial driver has not returned to this season.
Yep.
Jason Perkle is unsurprisingly his return of this team. Of course, being Alex Perkle's brother. Now running the number 08.
08.
Interesting number choice. Perkle, there really isn't much to say about him in IES, although in Slim Jims he's caused a lot of controversy, winning the opener in Louisiana, then causing a very silly incident in Michigan the next week. Although, he does have some talent.
But then after that, Jason just becomes Jason, and sometimes causes some goofy shenanigans, I might say.
I don't know, but he does have some talent. He's proven that, as every now and then he does get a good run, and arguably he was a bit more successful than Alex was last season to an extent.
If that happens, something's freaking wrong. Because Jason's doing that figure this season for Sim Gym.
He wants taquitos.
Taquitos.
Hey, Wuhoy, we're talking about the Baby Tribe 5000.
Please, no.
Anyway, Jason Perkle looking to once again be kind of sneaky and notch some good runs there.
Oh God, I can take the to a whole different meaning.
Anyway, the Baby Tribe 5000 now using the number 21. I forgot to mention this team is running Fords this season. They now have a little bit of backing from Ford. And driving car number 21, it is a Canadian rookie by the name of John Amati. Not a very common last name there, to say the least.
That's a strange name, first of all, and second, I actually like this dude.
Well, I
think another option for Baby Tribe was 96-year-old Dick Cock, but, you know.
Dick Cock. Dick Cock.
That was obviously not gonna work.
Oh my
Dick
God.
Cock.
Considering the terrible name in general.
Anyway, Amati, I have not heard much of him. Apparently he comes from some local racing in Canada, but hey, you never really know of these kinds of guys. They're a bag of surprises, and well, we'll have to see what he can do.
And they were last season though.
Hopefully he doesn't. Hopefully we don't get another Kyle Miller, who decides to just wreck his teammate for no reason.
Hashtag teammate.
Didn't Alex Perkle do that once?
Not on purpose.
Hmm.
Or you might be really into Simgen, but yes, no.
Oh, okay.
Alright. Alex Perkle, unsurprisingly, is still with this team, of course, being the owner of it. He's running number 28 now, but he does have his same sponsors last season, that being Golden Corral, and yes, they're still running the top 10 Kids Eat Free advertisement, so you know what that means. If Alex Perkle gets a top 10 Kids Eat Free at Golden Corral, and
Please God, no.
And he actually got a couple of top 10s last season. Perkle showed some promise in his kind of sort of rookie season in season 2. I don't think he actually ran for Rookie of the Year, though.
No, he did not.
It frightens me, the fact when Golden Corral decides to do that promotion saying when Perkle scores a top 10, Kids Eat Free. That frightens me.
And he actually scored like 2 or 3 podiums.
But Perkle, he has some talent, but he just doesn't show it all the time. He just kind of sticks in a good run here every now and again, just like Jason Perkle. Alex did get a pole last season though, so we'll be seeing him. Later in the shootout. It's in the Walmart shootout. There, he's one of the 26 cars on the grid.
And I always say this: Perkle could be a championship contender, but where's that freaking consistency? That's pretty much the big issue, pretty much.
Nowhere.
Yeah, correct.
Now I'm moving to the next team. Only 2 teams left to talk about, and both of them are in their first full-time season. Although this is a team that you will recognize, Ian Masterson Racing. They in both season 1 and season 2 they raced in the later part of the season, but they've never raced full-time until now. At least they are finally on the full-time grid for season 3. They won a freaking junior title last season with Ray Krager. That man has a great future, to say the least.
Ray Krager. Yeah. Kind of reminds me of my doctor, Dr. Yeager.
Oh my god. Anyway, moving to the lineup, driving car Double Zero, which is sponsored by Aaron's. Dubbed the Aaron's Dream Machine, is being driven by Danny Everett. Oh,
fuck him in the ass.
Oh boy, that guy.
No.
Yeah.
Fuck him in the ass. Fuck him in the damn ass. Like, I want to kill this motherfucker and so hard that just
Chris,
nah.
please stop.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
please. Just Chris, stop.
I'm sorry, but
Oh god.
he's a Minecraft list.
Danny Everett, he was the source of controversy last season, pretty much. Wrecked his teammate Cosmic Nova at Sonoma. Got released before the Sony 400. Polt steps in with Talger Racing in it and proceeds to win the thing. Yes, that's right. This man is your defending Sony 400 champion. And then he proceeded to cause some controversy later in the season when he tangled with former boss William Duncan.
I think Danny Everett just kind of give you the finger after he won the 400.
I wouldn't be very surprised if he did.
Yeah, he kind of he's like, you know what? The big race of the season, I'm gonna win. And guess what he freaking did? Everyone else, nope. Just, my gosh.
Yeah.
Everett's just special.
He has zero consistency, just none at all. He may have been known for some CVS successes, but in the IS his career has not been looking very good. Although he has gotten a second chance with Ian Masterson Racing. We'll have to see what he can do with that ride. The second car of that team, number 55 Napa machine. Got 2 Napa sponsored cars, the other being the 15 of Theodore. Driving car number 55, it is yet another highly touted rookie. This one being a Slim Jim Series driver, Louis Duran.
The God Almighty!
Please stop saying that.
Why?
I'm pretty sure that's why he was so inconsistent last season.
Why? Because I freaking jinxed him?
Indeed.
Yeah,
But despite that, he still managed to win 2 races.
Basically become the first ever Central Series driver to win multiple races back to
He
back.
is the most winningest driver in the Slim Jim Series.
Well, tied now.
Well, at least, well, he is. Well, it's tied now, but at the start of the season, he held the record just by itself. Durin, a very successful driver in the Slim Jim Series, and Ian Masterson wanted him to drive for his new IS operation, called him up, and Durin going to be running his first full season here in the top rank of stock car racing. So Durin, he's definitely looking to be a contender. He's going to be a force to be reckoned with on the short tracks.
That's a scary thought to see. Short trackers.
And then the final team on the grid, it's a new team, Blackstorm Motorsports, and this is an interesting bunch. Their ownership, they have both German and American management. So that's an interesting team there.
That's kind of weird.
They're known for sports car racing, but they wanted to give a shot here, but they don't have a lot of funding, honestly. So I don't know why they opened up a freak car team, and it really shows as them only one of their cars even has sponsorship, and
Kind of does show they have a lot of determination, though.
yeah, they've got a lot of heart. They didn't have a lot of speed in testing, though, unfortunately. Although only two of their cars actually took to the track in testing. That was kind of yeah. Only two of their cars. The third one never took to the track.
What? Oh gosh, I'm scared about that team.
Well, the first car did take to the track, and it's their best funded team. It is the 13 team of Russian Niko Polyakov. And well, the fans love him. He's best known for his Slim Jim Series runs for Team Thunder. And he's got 2 wins over there, and Blackstorm wanted to give him a try. They do prefer international drivers. They do have one American on the team. I'll get to him later. And yeah, Polyakov. We know he's got a lot of talent. Expect him to be punching above his weight this season. He'll be getting some good runs.
Who's next?
Yeah, we move ahead to the second car on the team, the 66 of Gol Redlich. Now, this is the car that didn't take to the track in preseason testing. There was some mysterious issues going on with that car. I don't really know what they were, honestly. That the team wouldn't disclose what they were, but let's be honest, it wasn't a shock that they hired Redlich, seeing how he's German. After a failed campaign of RJ Manson Racing, this is basically Redlich's last hope right here. You better make the most of it. He's gonna need to get some good runs.
I think him joining a junior would be pretty nice. That could be his last resort if he fails here. Maybe.
Well, and thanks to him though, Blackstorm Motorsports will be racing in the Walmart Shootout later.
Oh wait.
Because Redlich scored a pole last season.
Oh gosh, dang it! Oh gosh, that's kind of scary thoughts.
So we'll have to see what this team does in a race. And then finally, the third and final car on the grid is car number 87, driven by Daniel Voiles. He's made some appearances. He attempted the 1-70 last season, and it's his only claim to fame. But he did have it, but he scored a top 10 in that race, and I think that probably is why Blackstorm hired him. From what I'm getting, it's the American management that wanted Voiles. The German management wanted Redlich and Polyakov.
Wow.
Daniel Voiles, I heard he has some talent, but then again, he has absolutely no personality.
Voiles comes from the same state that brought you R.J. Manson, that being Oklahoma. He's kind of like Amadi, except we have seen him on the track before. But we've never seen him really race regularly, so yep, kind of a mystery bag there. We'll see what he does.
Rude.
Now we've gone through the 42 cars that will be racing here in Season 3, let's get down to the schedule.
Oh boy, exciting.
25 tracks all around the world. Yeah, that's right. We're going to be having a European tour this season. It's about freaking time. And
even Sim Gyms beat the IES for an European tour.
Yeah, although we do believe the European Tour will be here to stay. Because it's something they've been pushing for a while, and they finally managed to get it. Finally managed to get enough dates to be able to pull one together.
Root.
And anyway, unsurprisingly, for the first round, we will return to the Arkansas Speed Bowl over there in Hardy, Arkansas. Of course, so we'll be running the shootout until later, and then after that, it will be the opening round. Of course, that's a super speedway. Anyone could be a contender there.
Is that a plate track?
I think it might be, yeah.
Oh,
Well, I don't know, but I don't really know. I don't think IS uses plates. But anyway, the second race on the schedule, that will be Elliott making a return to the Atlanta Motor Speedway. And that track's seen some serious insanity in the first 2 seasons.
That whole track is just filled with sanity. No matter what speed it is.
Yeah, so, yep, that's Atlanta. Expect an exciting race as usual there. For the third round, we'll be heading to a new track. A new track for the IAS at least. We'll be heading to the Las Vegas Motor Speedway over there in Nevada. Slim Jim Series has raced there before. They returned to that track this season and had a fantastic race there. And IS now has a date with that track, so we'll have to see what they can do there. That track does not have a lot of grip, and although the IS drivers have taken to the track there, of course, Las Vegas actually hosted preseason testing. That track is kind of slick. It doesn't have a lot of grip. Mechanical grip is definitely very important there.
That track might need some paving, maybe.
Yeah. Round 4, we'll take to another new circuit, the recently built Austin Speed Bowl in Texas. That'll be a double-header race, actually. So, while Savannah is not on the schedule, we will still see a double-header. Although we will actually see 2, more on that later.
Root.
The 5th round of the season will be heading to the Willow Springs Raceway in California. This track's gained a reputation for some great racing in the Slim Jim Series. And when the Junior Series decided to take a trip to Willow Springs, it hosted a fantastic race that ended in Alex May beating Chris Valentine in a last corner pass. Say the least, IS event organizers definitely wanted that track, and they've got it on the schedule here.
Welcome to the crown jewel of the road course of Slim Jim.
Yep. Yeah, track's best known for Slim Jim Series, although I think it'll have a long history here. Another track that'll probably have a long history in the Slim Jim Series. Another track that'll probably have a long history in the Slim Jim Series has the date for round number 6. That being the Buffalo Downs track in Wyoming.
Oh, yep. Slim Jim's not confirms that Buffalo Downs is going to replace Bones Arena pretty much for a lifetime.
Well, a lifetime might be a bit of bit of a stretch, but we'll see. We'll see. Probably gonna be a long-term track there. While Velton's Arena is no longer on the IS schedule, we still have a dirt. It's great that we still have a dirt track, and we'll probably see a great race there. I just hope that we don't see Brandon Wood doing anything special there. Of course, he wasn't really at Velton's last season, unfortunately.
Next.
Round 7 sees a return to Louisiana. A lot earlier on the schedule than usual, though. But that's because we're heading to a new track, and this is the other doubleheader track. We'll be heading to a short track. A recently built short track, the Baton Rouge Speedway in over there in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Unfortunately, Louis gotta go across I-10 to get to Baton Rouge. Unfortunately, he rather stay in New Orleans, but instead, we are going to the West Stick. Literally, Baton Rouge means West Stick.
Yep, it's a brand new short track though. It has a lot of grip. Forgot to mention both both the tracks, I forgot to mention, both this track and the Austin Speed will have a good aero package that allows for a lot of grip and some great cornering speed. So we'll be seeing some pretty fast-paced races there, despite the lack of general speed that we normally see at short tracks.
Louisiana is known for some fast-paced tracks. You saw the racing at the big oval. At the big oval in New Orleans, you're gonna probably see some high speed short tracking at the Baton Rouge, and I want to see this one track, but unfortunately I can't really say it at the moment.
All right. Round number 8. The series will return to the Homestead Miami Speedway in Florida.
That'd be a rather exciting track.
Suddenly Will Hoyt.
Sometimes has never been there before,
I
but
haven't had a whole lot to say really about that.
Homestead Miami Speedway hosted a fantastic race last season, and to say least, the management was quick to re-sign the track for the schedule.
I think Sanchez could go there, maybe, but don't know when though.
For round number 9, we're gonna head over the border to Canada. British Columbia to be more precise, as we'll head to the HLR circuit. So it's gonna be great.
That's gonna be an interesting circuit.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's a great looking track, and there's some great racing there and great action there in sports car racing. So that's probably gonna be a great race.
Is that a road course?
Yes, both the Canadian races are road courses, and thank God for that. Oh yeah, spoiler alert, there's another race in Canada with more info on that later.
I kind of what it is.
Thank God that neither of them are at the Alberta Speedway.
Damn. We're not going there anymore?
Yeah, of course not. Track's a freaking death trap.
Don't worry, Sanchez will take care of that.
Oh my God, Chris.
Oh, please no.
Rest in pieces, Field.
Rest in pepperoni, if you please.
I like pepperoni.
But
Pizza.
they will become pepperoni.
Moving on. Anyway, round number 10. We're gonna head to a brand new racetrack here. And yep, the Seattle Raceway, they're in Seattle, Washington, and it's a brand new super speedway, and it looks amazing. Probably one of the nicest looking tracks I've seen in a very long time. Of course, that is a super speedway. It's anyone's game, so we'll have to see. It's a wide track, one of the widest, probably the widest we've had since the North Carolina track a long time in season 1. But God, that freaking thing was a death trap. What was even the track designer's idea of that wall in the infield? If they ever return to that track, it was definitely going to kill someone.
That is the reason why Sim Gems limits limit the oversize to Talladega. That's pretty much it. No track cannot be no bigger than Talladega.
Yeah, and I think some incidents there in Slim Jims kind of show why that track was so dangerous. It's a miracle nobody was killed there. But anyway, on a brighter note, round number 11 has a fan favorite track, the Watkins Glen Raceway.
Oh, Watkins Glen. Sims is going there, but hopefully nothing really bad happens over there, like we did. Like last season, like, what the hell happened?
Nothing really happened.
Like, the ending of the race.
I'll get to that. I'll get to that. Yeah, Watkins Glen's had some very interesting calamity here in the IS, and the fans love it. Season 1 was run in the rain, in which Brandon Wood kind of proved that he was a good rain racer. And then in Season 2, Season 2 had one of the biggest calamities I've ever seen in the bus stop. What even happened in that? Well, I mean, I do know what happened. William Duncan blew up, dropped some oil on the racetrack, and, well, one thing led to another.
Hilarity ensues.
They have created, they have created a Sim Jim series ending, pretty much. Just
that was beyond Slim Jim series. Anyway, though, sadly we won't be seeing any more incidents in the bus stop as the bus stop has been removed from the layout. They're running a completely different layout this season. In fact, like they're not going to use the bus stop, and not only that, but they're going to be using the boot configuration that's used in the sports car racing. So that's gonna be interesting to see. So certainly going to be a very different race at the Glen. And then, as usual, for round number 12, we're going to be heading to Indianapolis for the second running of the endurance race, the Sony 400.
The third?
Nah, first race said Indy wasn't an endurance race.
Oh.
PJ Williams won that race. But anyway, the Sony 400. That is the biggest race of the season and a double points event. So you want to make sure you can run that, you can do well in that race, but it might not be easy to even make it as it is over capacity. So unless you come in that race top 10 in points, which are the lock-in spots, you'll have to fight your way into the field, and that can be very tough because there are a lot of people who want to write their names down in the history books as a winner at the World Center of Racing.
Doge.
Honey.
All right.
For round number 13, we'll return to Canada. Auto will be in Quebec for at the track known only as Road Gatineau.
What the hell is that?
It's in terms of length, it's practically like that. I feel like in a way that track's kind of a successor to Black Hills Back Roads because it's long. It's a long track, and although not as long as the Outback Raceway Park, and it's not the newest racing surface. There's a lot of bumps on that track. However, it does produce some good racing.
Okay then.
And then round number 14 will mark the IS's long overdue first European tour with a trip over to England for a race at the Silverstone circuit. And they do have a standing start plan there. Well, they have standing starts planned for a lot more races this season. So
is Watkins going one of them?
We'll see. I haven't heard anything about it. Although they plan to make Australia a standing start.
Huh.
And with the first stretch that track has, that's certainly going to be a sight. Anyway, and then for round number 15, it is the at the moment only confirmed oval race of the European Tour. It is the well-known Euro Speedway Lausitz in Germany. Well, that track's not exactly an oval; it's a triangle. But who cares? Who cares about the details?
Only race fans do.
But yeah, it's a wide track, has some great racing. Not much can be said about it. We'll probably see some solid racing there. Round number 16, though, we'll be heading to a track in Sweden. We'll be heading to Sweden. I forgot the name of it actually. It's kind of embarrassing. I forgot the name. It was like I don't even remember. I don't even know how to pronounce the first name. It was something Motorbana or something. It was a
Motorbana.
Bana. It's a great track for sports car racing, and IS wanted to give it a go. So we'll be racing in Sweden. See how it goes. And then there'll be
You're talking about Falkenberg.
There'll be a second Scandinavian round for round number 17. As the IS will head to probably one of the most famous racetracks, probably the most famous racetrack in all of Scandinavia, the Karjala Raceway in Finland. And they're playing a standing start for that track, obviously. Yeah, Finland, Karjala Raceway, most prestigious races is it's one of the most prestigious races in sports car racing, and that track's well known throughout all of Europe. So it's not a surprise that the IS wanted a date there. Expect a great race there. One of the toughest tracks in racing.
Oh gosh.
Round number 18 will be in France. However, a track has not been named yet. originally it was scheduled for Gen Valley, the Gen Valley road course. However, as of recent, it's been, whether or not they're actually going to go there has been up in the air. It's kind of been left with a question mark. There have been several tracks that have been going for that date. Most notably Circuit Fury Secate, a very interesting circuit there, and then there's another track that's being built actually. That's an oval actually.
A French oval? Oh
Yeah,
God!
it's being built in Paris, and they want.
I wonder why they didn't do the road course to Paris and then the oval.
That's a strange thing.
They're going for the date. We'll have to see what track around of France takes place at. And then for round number 19, the final race of the European Tour, we'll be heading to Mother Russia. Oh boy, that's gonna be an interesting race, especially the track they have scheduled for that race. The track, well, the names, yeah, the names they had in mind were a bit confusing. So for us Americans, so they settled on Carmen Park. That track.
Oh dear.
That track is
There's a lake that they haven't even put barriers on.
Yeah, that's the very interesting part of the track, and not to mention it's kind of tight.
Are you telling me that drivers can actually drown?
Well, I don't know about that.
Oh, not really. The water's not that deep.
Yeah, but we could see some cars we could see some cars and drivers getting very wet. Hopefully that does not happen.
Doge does not want to be wet. But yet again, as Doge.
I is surprised. Anyway, for round number 20, I mentioned Australia earlier two times actually. Of course, no Shock CD Outback Raceway Park back on the schedule. One of the fan favorite tracks in the series. Always produced a fantastic race. Last season was something else. That was an incredible finish between Charles Sanford and William Duncan, and the fans are going to gather for this season to see if Charles Sanford can pull off the three-peat.
The three-peat which no one has ever done yet.
Yep. And 5 rounds. Now we got 5 rounds left to go here. Round number 21 will take place at the Tokyo World Raceway. I'll return to that track. The very fast track that's kind of similar to Charlotte actually. But it's a fast track, has a lot of grip though, and we saw a great race there last season. Hopefully we'll see one again.
But it's now round 22, the home stretch pretty much.
Round 22 sees a return to the United Arab Emirates at the Dubai circuit.
Oh, Dubai! Wow, is actually that late?
It's a well-known track among European racing. So, and we've seen some good racing there before, and my S racer was pretty decent. Hopefully, we'll see an even better race this season. Then for round number 23, we have one of the most famous tracks in motorsports. Of course, it's none other than the Decatur Raceway.
Oh God, is that late?
The toughest track in motorsports, and coming in with 3 rounds left to go in the championship, it's gonna throw a curveball in the drivers' championship, to say the least.
Round number 23 would be oh gosh, what about? Oh God, the next round.
Well, Decatur is a driver's circuit, to say the least. Again, one of the toughest tracks in motorsports. Great to see probably the 2 toughest tracks in motorsports, Cariola and Decatur, now joined on the same schedule. That is definitely going to be something to see.
Leaving from one intimidating track to another. Oh God, the next.
Well,
round.
another intimidating track has an unsurprising spot as a penultimate round of the championship. That being the infamous Talladega Superspeedway.
I just like how the Talladega for both SimGym and IES, like SimGym got figure bastards and Talladega just like, oh God, why? And the Talladega got God, forget the kid. It's just like, oh, it's alright. Just, oh God, just too much determination.
Speaking of which, that Slim Jim race Decatur was just fucking no.
Someone doesn't have censorship either.
At least I don't say anything sexual. At least I don't say anything like that.
You sound like the innocent Charles Sanford we all know and love.
But anyway, Talladega, an absolutely infamous track. Oh god. Probably the worst thing that's happened there was in the season 1 race. It's a miracle that Ian Dutta and Charles Sanford are still with us. And not only that, but both of them went on to have great seasons in season 2. But yep.
Oh, they can have plates.
Let's just skip that. I mean they don't have plates. However, the aero package is designed specifically so that the cars don't top 220.
Oh. Uh-oh.
So yeah, Talladega, as dangerous as it is, Talladega does always produce an exciting race. So yeah, probably gonna throw the biggest curveball to championship out of all the races. And then finally, unsurprisingly, we've got Fontana for the finale, the host the Insomniac World Championships once again. So that's going to be a good race as usual. Fontana's basically one of the crown jewel races of the IAS, and it's going to be great to see. Once we get down there, it's going to be exciting as we get to see who our season 3 champion will be.
Hopefully, most want to see a new one. Since domination, just why?
Yep, Cosmic Nova. Cosmic Nova comes into season 3 with a chance to win 3 championships. That is unheard of. 3 championships in a row is unheard of, and he's got a shot. However, 41 hungry drivers are looking to take the title for themselves,
including their own teammates.
Indeed. It's a long. However, it's gonna be a long road to find out who that champion will be, and that road will begin very soon. Thank you for joining us for the season 3 preseason show. I gotta say, thanks to Chris Levier and Tristan Wilhoit for coming here.
I'm Doge.
And Wilhoit's not here.
I'm still here, don't worry about it.
But yeah, thanks for coming.
Yeah!
Anyway, that is it for today.
Binky, go away.
That is it for today, and be sure to stick around. For when we start the new season of the Insomniac Elite Series with the Walmart Shootout.
Binky loves you.
Shut up.
Bye.
Anyway, I've been Thunder. I'll be signing off, and I'll see you next time. Stay frosty, fellas.